Punt It Long, episode 2. Starting off with last weekend's games, obviously with the two big derbies in Scotland. Glasgow and Edinburgh are now both green and white. First game took place on Friday with Hibs winning 2-0 over Hearts. Hearts barely having a shot, full game, Hibs dominating play, playing far better looking football, and the deserved win in the end. The unveiling of the banner at the end of the game as well, Natural Order, I think it was SNS Group, got a really good picture, I might put it up on the screen now, with Craig Levein walking over the pitch with the Natural Order sign in the background. Hearts fans really can't take any positives from this game, and I would be very surprised if they actually make top 6 now, which for a club of Hearts size is pretty damning, to be fair. And of course on Sunday, the biggest game in Scotland, I suppose, the Glasgow derby, the Old Firm, whatever you want to call it. Rangers probably had their best chance to beat Celtic. Celtic on a bit of a wobbly patch at the moment, and Rangers probably in their best vein of form since getting promoted into the Premiership. They took the lead within 2 minutes, Rangers obviously, with Josh Windass breaking through after a Dedrick Boyata slip up. Then Tom Roderick replied with a brilliant goal. Then Rangers took the lead again through Daniel Candeas, not long before half time as well, and literally seconds before half time was away to occur. Scott Brown plays a long ball up to Moussa Dembele and he chips it over Fotheringham, with the famous Rangers TV commentary now being played throughout social media as a bit of a meme, I suppose.
What's the goalie doing, Tom? What's the goalie doing?
Then Celtic go down to 10 men, Joseph Humanovic getting sent off for an elbow on Alfredo Morelos. Probably the right decision, just due to the fact that it wasn't like it was a kind of flailing arm like you usually see for defenders just holding off a player. He lent him with the elbow a bit, so you can see why it was a red card, and from there on in you're expecting Rangers to go on and win the game. Alfredo Morelos misses a chance at 2 each where you're expecting him really to put it away, considering the price tag he's been put on recently and the fact that he just signed a new deal. Rangers are expecting him to deliver in these big games. About 80 seconds later, Celtic go up and their substitute Odsonne Edouard goes and scores the winner, and Alfredo Morelos misses another sitter, a horrendous miss later on in the game to equalise the game, which would have been just kind of papering over cracks a bit for Rangers, because they really needed the 3 points if it was to be made into a title race, and in my opinion that's the Premiership sewn up for another year, which is a shame, because it would have been nice to see a title race in the top flight again, but we'll wait until next season and see what happens. Now on to Arsenal, where last week obviously slagged them off quite badly. Arsene Wenger and his legacy, and he's hurting it by staying there. I went on to talk about Petr Cech and his legacy as a Premier League goalkeeper, and the fact that he hadn't kept his 200th clean sheet yet, and waiting ages and ages to do that. Well, in the commencing week from that, they went and beat AC Milan on the night that I posted the video. Obviously included wee highlight bits from that game in last week's Punt It Long, and Petr Cech went and completed his 200th clean sheet with the clean sheet against... I fucking watched the game, man, how can I forget this? Watford. So all in all, I'd like to apologise to Petr Cech, I'd like to apologise to Arsenal, I'd like to apologise to Arsene Wenger for a very good week. Now on Monday, the Scotland squad got announced, Alex McLeish's first squad for the friendly games against Costa Rica and Hungary. All in all, I'm pretty pleased with the squad. I think it's a good first squad for just a few friendly games. Ultimately, the real squad will be chosen when we have our tournament coming up, so after the World Cup obviously. And that'll be when we see what kind of vibe Alex McLeish is going with for his Scotland squad. I'm just going to briefly touch on the whole week that Man United have had. It's been a really topsy-turvy week. The weekend they won 2-1 over Liverpool. Big game in the Premier League obviously, fight for second place really. It was a brilliant performance for them, brilliant tactics for Jose Mourinho to go on and win the game. And then on the flip side of that, they go into Europe later on in the week, just last night, and they get put out 2-1 to Sevilla at Old Trafford. A horrendous result for them, and one that could really set the tone for Jose Mourinho's season next season if he can't actually achieve much. They're going to be in the Champions League next season, I believe. He really needs to sort that out in the Champions League if he's going to become any type of successful manager at Man United. He won 3 trophies last season, but they were considered the Diddy trophies, so he really needs to kind of up his game when it comes to going for it at Old Trafford. And sandwiched in between that, you had the Jamie Carragher incident after the 2-1 defeat for Liverpool at Old Trafford. Carragher just doesn't come across well in all of this, does he? The only saving grace that he has is that the father that was filming obviously saw dollar signs when he realised that Jamie Carragher had spat on his daughter.
Spat on me.
Oh!
Don't.
Ooh!
What?
Jamie Carragher spat on my daughter. Nice.
But you can't condone spitting, really. He's been suspended for the rest of the season for his Sky duties, which you can understand. I'm just glad he's not been sacked. He's kind of been taken out of the limelight, and he'll be back next season, I would assume. And again, we go full circle back to my team, Dunfermline. Last night was a great win, 1-0 win over Inverness. It sets the tone for a really big game this weekend. I think fans realised that last night wasn't really the changing of anything. We have to go and win this game at the weekend for there to be a real change. Hopefully we can do that. It was great seeing us win. We dominated the play, especially second half, although Inverness looked really poor last night, but it was good to see us put in a really good performance, shooting more regularly, having loads of chances. The atmosphere was half decent in the second half, although it was a really sparse crowd inside East End Park, just over 2,000, which is poor for us. I'd like to see us really go and take the game to Morton at the weekend. It's our one last chance to make a stake for the playoffs. It's a 6-pointer if there ever was one. If we go and win that, then we've got a real chance of making the playoffs. We could be in the playoffs by next Tuesday, as we have a game in hand over Morton, and that's against Brecon away from home. And with their record, we should be going there and winning. The next time I post one of these videos, it could be a complete opposite feeling for Dunfermline. We could be sitting in the playoffs, happy and looking forward, or we could be completely out of it and our season could be pretty much over, and Alan Johnston's fate as our manager could be sealed. Now for the section where I ask you a question. I'm going to do this at the end of every video for Punt It Long. Last week's question, 90% of the voters got the question right. It was, how many seasons has Chris Boyd got over 10 goals since the beginning of his career? The answer was 11, and 10 out of 11 people answered correctly. One person voted for, I think it was 9, the other option that the person voted for, so unlucky there. But well done to the 10 that voted correctly. This week's question is going to be an homage to Petr Cech, since I really mucked up slagging him off last week. On the wake of his 200th clean sheet in the Premier League, which club did he keep his first clean sheet against in Premier League action? I'll leave the poll card in the top right corner right now, and you can go and vote. And again, I'll let you know the answer and how many people got it right in next week's episode. Cheers for watching this week's video. In homage to Jim Bowen, who sadly passed away today, aged 80 years old, I'm going to leave my outro to him this week. Not my usual outro where I have the subscribe button and my playlist that you can go and watch. I'll leave that this week, and I'll just pay respect to a brilliant TV presenter and overall great guy. I loved watching Bullseye. Even in recent years I've watched it on Challenge on the television, so let's just let Jim see us out on this video. Cheers guys.
Come watch us every week because you can't beat a bit of bully, can you? Bye! Bye!